Me talking to my 4-year-old about gender and me low-key hoping for a trans kiddo as a trans parent. There must be something deeply wrong with you if you hope that your child is trans. When she received a lot of backlash, and yes, that's a she, not a trans dude, her response was, "Oh my god, relax, it was just a joke. Ugh, people can't handle jokes nowadays." Who jokes about your child being in pain? What kind of parent wishes their child is in pain? I've heard that a lot, actually. It was just a joke. Well, if you didn't receive any backlash, then you were serious about it, so I don't buy it. 12 and 9 is too young to start transitioning. We met at a trans support group at 14 and 10 years old. Now at 21 and 16 we're still thriving, darling. Well, good for you, but it doesn't prove anything. Children cannot consent. Children, people who are not fully developed yet, are not able to make any life-altering decisions. Period. According to all long-term studies done on gender dysphoric children, between 60 to 90% of the kids grow out of their gender dysphoria by puberty. And if you don't believe those stats, well, I don't know what to tell you. Kids go through phases. It's kind of the whole point of growing up and being a child. You don't need to listen to any statistic, you just gotta use this one. If all children who claims to be trans nowadays receive hormone blockers or cross-sex hormones, their lives would be ruined. Most of these kids' lives would be ruined. I don't care if you made it and you're finally happy. You are a part of the small minority, darling.
I tend to validate my masculine side in my actions rather than my looks. So, for example, I will hold the door open for people, no matter their gender. I also tend to take the lead in relationships, whether that be simply a friendship, or a group project, or even romance. I don't have much of a problem taking initiative. Now, this did come with a lot of practice, so it wasn't always easy. And there may be some masking that I'm doing subconsciously. I might dress up very femininely so that I tend to shelter the other parts of myself in case people want to judge them negatively, you know? But hey, that's why I'm in therapy.
Well, it's good that she's in therapy. I find this video quite innocent and a little sweet. She seems like a very sweet person. However, feeling like a boy because you hold the door open? Come on. You cannot feel like you're the opposite sex. Hear me out. Yes, I'm a transsexual. I'm a biological woman living my life as if I were a man. But I'm not one. And I don't know what it's like to feel like a man. Because what is a man? What is a woman? Those are famous questions, and it's pretty relevant. A man is a biological man. A woman is a biological woman. I, as a biological woman, don't know what it's like to be a man. I don't know what it's like to feel like I have a penis, feel like I can produce sperm. So my story is, I discovered that the pain I've had all my life has a name. Gender dysphoria. It's a real diagnosis, it's a real thing. So what that does to someone like me is that I feel unbearable pain in my body and in my birth sex. When you really think about it, being trans is just about pain and wanting to alleviate that pain. It's not about wanting to be the opposite sex. I just disagree with that way of describing it. I did not want gender dysphoria in my life. I did everything I could to get rid of it by not transitioning. It did not work. What I did instead was finding out that if I look like the opposite sex and kind of getting away from my biological sex alleviated this pain. So that's what I did. And I'm finally happy for the first time in my life. I know what it's like to be perceived as a man in society. I know what it's like to have testosterone in my blood. And I know what it's like to have a little facial hair going on and a flat chest. But it's not the same as feeling like a real man. When I look at people like this, listen to their stories about how they feel like a man, but they look completely like a woman, I mean, it's a game. It's like when children are playing a game. If you didn't know, a couple of days ago, a woman got fired from her job because she follows people like Blaire White. So apparently this beautiful trans activist pressured a gaming company to fire a woman because she follows people like Blaire White. I also think Dave Rubin, who's like so innocent in my opinion. And what the trans activist really got mad about was a tweet this employee wrote in 2016. If you think the hashtag of trans crying about using a bathroom is higher than the pervs using the excuse, you are what is wrong with this world. Completely agree. I think that's a very good tweet, actually. If you want to hear more about what I think about the trans restroom debate, leave a comment down below. So the gaming company actually did fire her. Listen to this tweet. Limited Run Games respects all personal opinions. However, we remain committed to supporting an inclusive culture. Upon investigating a situation, an employee was terminated. Our goal as a company is to continue to foster a positive and safe environment for everyone. What do you mean, everyone? You can get fired for following a trans person on Twitter. How's that a safe environment to be in? This cannot be legal. I really hope that this woman sues them or does something about the situation. This has absolutely nothing to do with real respect, with maintaining a safe space, or being tolerant in general. This is about following orders from trans activists who are literally acting like fascists to this point. Stop bowing down to these people. They are nut jobs getting fired for following a trans person. What is this? Speaking of Blaire White, the last video I'm going to show you is from one of her haters, and it's quite funny.
So apparently Blaire White has decided to put one of our TikToks in one of her most recent videos. I have not seen the video and I do not intend to, as I do not want to expose myself to more hate, because I am young and my mental health cannot handle that.
Well, good for you for admitting that you're mentally unstable and you're not mature enough to listen to other opinions than your own.
However, Blaire, if you are watching this video, which I hope you are, know that everybody on this account is a minor. I believe the oldest person is 15.
If that's a valid point, you could argue that you shouldn't even be posting anything publicly on the internet.
And your kind of views are the exact kind of views we are trying to educate people against. Because guess what, Blaire? They are harmful.
How would you know if you don't watch her content? And again, harmful is just another buzzword. It doesn't mean anything anymore.
Now, if you want to, in the future, use one of our TikToks, I recommend, asking us first, like you're supposed to. I think that's just general, journalistic integrity. I feel like that's a general rule.
No, that's not how it works. You post something and it's public. You call yourself trans education, but you don't want people to react on it? How does that make sense?
Especially for somebody of your age, you should probably know that by now. Feel free to tell me what she said in the video in the comments, but I'm not going to personally watch it.
And you can't make a comment under this video. How ironic. Thank you all for watching this video. If you want to see more content like this, click the like button and remember to hit subscribe and the notification bell. If you want to support me with a small donation, feel free to do it under super thanks. I'd be really grateful. And I'll see you all in my next video. Peace out.